Okay, so our research is on the national development of the food distribution system in case of the Kazakhstan. The main idea of this article is that to analyze.
Sorry to disturb. Can you make it a full screen?
Yes, of course, just a minute.
On the top, beside save, it will be there. Beside save option.
No, полный экран. Just a minute. Okay. Now it's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes, so to analyze the development of the distribution network for the agricultural product will be given in this presentation and give some measurements and measurements for the creation of the development of the logistic facilities of the agricultural complex will be proposed. And of course, we will give some predictions and forecasts for the future for the Kazakhstan case. All are suggested. Okay. So the aim of this research is to analyzing the existing conceptual approach to create a national distribution system, and we have some suggestions. So existing commodity distribution system has significant drawbacks associated with the lack of the contemporary distribution system. And also existing infrastructure is imperfect for the logistics and for interaction with the participants in the distribution of goods to lead a significant increase in the prices. World experience shows the formation of the stable economic ties between producers and the consumers in the system of the commodity circulation is possible in terms of the structural reorganization, and also the creation of the wholesale food market is only the first and the necessary stage of the restructuring the distribution channels. In many countries, along with the whole-scale markets, logistic distribution centers for food and the shopping mall have become widespread. And that brings to do our research, and we have some research methods to give some backgrounds for this research. The methodology for assessing the development of the supply chain in the commodity distribution system is based on the systemic and integrated approach using some general scientific empirical methods within the framework of the comparative and the logistic analysis. And also we'll have the method of economic analysis applied, and we have some surveys and interviews were conducted with the workers in the agricultural sector, trade workers, and the transport and the logistic companies. And this our survey has involved and participated 31 Kazakhstani companies in the sectoral relations. And the questions were related to the assessment of the complexity and the necessity and the problems in the working with the transport and the logistics companies. Of course, this based on this research and surveys, we have some results and the discussions for this topic. In terms of the function, the commodity distribution system is the closest to the production and the marketing system. However, the value-added systems and the commodity distribution system continues in the process of the producing the goods. And also the main differences between commodity distribution system and products sales chain is also follows. Commodity distribution system can include or combine in any combinations at any level of the logistics. and some quantitative and qualitative development of the economic growth of all companies using some various development mechanisms like the taxes and the monetary system and the state support or the public-private partnership, even some of the non-profit organizations. The concerning scheme of the distribution system functioning developed by the authors, taking into account of the complex external and internal factors of the logistic system, which is shown in the following picture. So here we can see the complexity system of the modern national distribution channel, and we can give some discussions regarding to this. So it is very complex system and counter of the distribution system in the whole. Relating from the logistic immediates and the consumers and some of the even some policies relating to the customs and industry and the money credit policy. So this all system complex show the general structure of the functioning of the modern national food distribution system. In the central core of the CHEM, the counter of the distribution center and the counter of the commodity distribution network are indicated and present all the main participants in complex logistic business process. And at the same time, the role of the state is in creating the commodity distribution system is to provide the legal and the regulatory supports, create the conditions and some regulations to function and integrate the participants and in the distribution of goods and the creation of the mechanism for the state support and then regulation of the network and the system in general. Also, I mentioned about the role of the private and the non-profit structures to coordinate and harmonize the interests of the participations and to get some transfer knowledge and get some best experiences from each other. The conceptual approach to the development of the national commodity distribution system in the food system has main three approaches. So mainly we can name one by one. So first is the approach is related to the concept of the commodity distribution channel supply in general, which is talking about the mechanism and which is talking about the so-called commodity of the commodity distribution channel in whole. Secondly, the directions of the non-governmental commodity system distribution in the Kazakhstan case associated with the implementation of the mechanism for restructuring and modernizing the existing wholesale market and the wholesale distribution centers into the organized commodity distribution network, and they're integrated with the retail network. Third one is the promising approach is related to the construction of the multi-channel sales and distribution of goods, which is also related to some of the advantages and some using some international, at the same time, some digital technologies, which has also important place to distribute these channels. Development of the network of the wholesale distribution logistics center for the agricultural food is very important, especially in the certain situations, which is also we should take account. In general, according to generated database, more than 2/3 of the Kazakhstani agricultural facilities are local and small channels. Also, the country is characterized by the low density of the railway networks, less than 6 km per 1,000 kilometers square of the territory, which is, according to foreign experience, not enough to successful social economic development of the country. And the third one is in Kazakhstan, there are more than There are many transport logistic channels created during the before the 2020s within the capacity of the 10 to 1,000 tons per year. The centers are concentrated in the cities and the regions of the Nur-Sultan, Almaty, and northern and eastern Kazakhstan. So there is a big plan for the country to build 14 new transport logistic centers in the other regions. Is also one of the perspective for this sector. According to wholesale distribution channel should be formed for in two directions, which first one is trade and the distribution, and second is storage is also necessary part of this channel. So what the trade-oriented wholesale distribution channel it means, this will be located in the 20 to 30 kilometers from cities with a large sales markets and their favorable geographical locations. Their function will be to bring farmers closer to the sales markets. And the distribution channel oriented the wholesale distribution channels are located within the cities. The presence of the customers terminal on their territory will spread up to cargo to clearance the produce. And this system will shown in this main features. So development of the wholesale distribution channel network for the sales, storage, processing, packaging, agricultural products will be allow domestic agricultural producers for the local farmers. They bring following benefits. So to increase the competitiveness of the agricultural goods, to share the food and the food market of the to increase the share in the food market of the Kazakhstan, to provide an opportunity to enter the foreign market, increase the labor productivity, improve their financial conditions. So the main functions and the technological parameters for the wholesale distribution centers are the networking. The analysis made it possible to formulate the main functions and the technological parameters of the wholesale distribution centers, network, and typical functions in the technological terms. The core of the system will be classified by trading and the distribution functionality. And also the wholesale distribution channel will offer specialized services ranging from the storage and the processing to product distribution in the marketing. This infrastructure will make it possible to build efficient transport and logistics channel for key areas of product supply. Also export and import oriented operations will be carried out of the Eurasian economic countries and Central Asia and China, which will be expand their sales market in the future perspective. So concluding this research, we can say that firstly, the analysis of the processes of goods distribution and the current state of the trade and logistic infrastructure in Kazakhstan showed that there is a need to reorganize the existing regional distribution network in the country according to logistics technology, using some digital technologies, which allows regulating and optimizing the process of the goods movement. And secondly, the analysis of various approaches to the creation of the supply chain made it possible to choose supply chain management model based on integrated commodity distribution logistics system. Common to all approaches to the development of the supply chains, it seems that implementation of the this system carried out through the political and the program and institutional measurements will brought the participants of the participants themselves. So these are the references which we have used for during our research paper. And if you have any questions, we are open to answer.
Any questions, participants? Thank you, madam. Thank you for your presentation.